7 years before the A380 took flight, Russia was dreaming of a large flying people mover. Called the KR-860, the aircraft would offer seats for up to 1,000 passengers, with 12 abreast on the main deck and triple aisles. An upper deck would also offer 9 abreast seating. The scale model was presented at the Paris Air Show in 1999, but that was the last time the world would see the Russian giant. Sukhoi's proposed KR-860 was the gigantic Russian answer to the A380. This jet was to be a 4-engine double-decker wide-body aircraft. The design is of course similar to the Airbus A380, although its planned capacity was significantly higher. The 860 in its name refers to how many passengers the colossal aircraft was designed to carry. For the sake of comparison, British Airways' 4-class configuration on the A380 has a capacity of 469 passengers. The KR in the aircraft name stands for Krylya Rossi. In English, this translates to Wings of Russia. It was developed by Sukhoi, a Russian aerospace firm that also builds a multitude of fighter jets for the military, as well as the narrow-body SSJ-100 passenger jet. Design work for the KR-860 began in 1997, but the aircraft was never actually built. However, a 1/24th scale model was created to showcase the future concept. 3 variants were initially proposed: a passenger variant, a cargo variant that could hold rail cars or cargo containers, and finally a liquid gas variant used to transport products from oil fields. The liquid gas would have been used to power the plane instead of jet fuel, meaning the flight would have been free for the airline. The aircraft was to have a length of 80 meters or 262 feet and 6 inches, and a wingspan of 88 meters or 288 feet and 9 inches, with the wings unfolded. With wings folded, they would span 64 meters or 210 feet. The KR-860's maximum takeoff weight would be 650 metric tons, which would be carried by 4 General Electric CF6-80E1A4B turbofans. Alternatively, it could be powered by 4 Pratt & Whitney PW4168A turbofans. The aircraft would have a cruising speed of 1,000 km an hour or 621 miles per hour, and a range of 15,000 kilometers or 8,100 nautical miles. The aircraft had a planned capacity of 860 passengers, or as many as 1,000 in an all-economy configuration. The designers intended for the lower deck to consist of 12 abreast seating with 3 aisles. This would have been a first for commercial air travel. The upper deck was planned to have a more conventional configuration of 9 abreast seating with 2 aisles. In order to help its masses of passengers board and disembark punctually, the aircraft came with 3 escalators built into the hull. Under the plane were escalators to ferry passengers from the ground quickly up to their respective deck. The design had such a large wingspan that the wings themselves had to fold up in order to safely park at airport gates designed for Boeing 747 aircraft. The program originally predicted there would be a market for 300 aircraft with potential buyers in Russia, China, India, Vietnam, and various parts of Africa. The program itself was estimated to cost around $10 billion in 2000. To help with this cost, Sukhoi turned to China and India to create a joint venture. This made the Russian government uneasy about funding an aircraft that ultimately would see little use in Russia. As a result, they diverted funds to other projects in 2001. While we can agree that Russia and the world would never have seen a worthwhile use of this aircraft, it would undoubtedly have been quite a sight to see. What are your thoughts on this mega project? Let us know in the comments. Did you know that we publish over 175 stories every single week on simpleflying.com? Be sure to check the link in the description for more great stories just like this. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe before you go.